Okay, so I'm gonna take this next 2-year journey. Um, my brother John uh, showed and exemplified to me how learning how to learn. He always engaged, and the best way to learn is to start with a question. So John would ask questions like, we'd just be sitting next to each other on the couch or talking or whatever, and or going on a drive or talking over the phone, and he'd always start with, you know, the question of, okay, what is the purpose of life? Um, and then it didn't matter. He would ask that question to um, even younger children, teenagers, anybody, nieces and nephews, cousins. It was a great conversation starter. So I'll just start on a few memories that I have, and um, one of my earliest memories. It's in the picture of the thumbnail. There is is my grandma Connie. So that's my mom Annette's mom. When she gave me a haircut, she did it with such gentleness and kindness, and I remember even back then as a child having this thought of why am I so lucky? Why am I so blessed? Um, for some reason, even as a little child, I felt aware then and just an awareness that there were children um, in the world that didn't have uh, that that kindness. And even some of my earliest memories, I would have that feeling of why did I get so lucky? Like it could have been so much worse, and just a reminder that I was so lucky to have Grandma Connie, my mom, all my grandparents, uncles and aunts, and cousins, and my wonderful four sisters, and John, and so many blessings to surround me, and my dad, and even my ancestors. I I felt a strong connection to my dad's dad, Dorius, who had died when he was 46 years old, and just always felt close to him. And as I grew up and became a teenager, and even um, further on in my life, I even felt even closer and closer to Dorius. Dorius had a lot of struggles and challenges, and I don't know. I always felt like I knew him, and I always felt like he was close to me and aware of me, from the spirit world. Just matter of factly, it wasn't a like a wish or a Disney fairy tale. It was just as real as anything that I had. My grandpa Dorius just right there, aware of my emotions, aware of my feelings, aware of my thoughts, and very compassionate and gentle and patient with me. And that was such a beautiful experience to have growing up, to know that my grandpa was just as real as if he were there physically, even though I'd never met him um, in person. I knew his personality, and I felt like I, if I were, when I do get to meet him in the spirit world, it'll be as if I grew up around him, um, in person, just like my other grandpas, Grandpa Fred and Grandpa Lyle, and spent time with them. Um, I'll I'm gonna share just one little thing that I've learned over time, and some of the things that I've received from my ancestors and my family, um, one day at a time over the next 2 years. And so I'll just start with one of the first ones that came to mind as a as a young boy. Um, I remember the memory of being it's in the winter, and Rexburg was very, very cold, of course, and my best friend Jared had come over to to our living room, and we put out the plastic pool in the living room and filled it with blankets. And that's one of my earliest memories of Jared and I just swimming in those blankets and just kind of hanging out together in that plastic pool in the middle of a cold winter, and just feeling like that all was right with the world, that there was nothing more. I was so content, and there's nothing more that I could ever want as being in a home with loving parents and wonderful sisters and a wonderful brother to look up to, and wonderful grandparents who came and visited us there in cold Idaho. Wonderful neighbors surrounding us. We just had the best neighbors ever. Dusty and Gwen, Seta and Cliff, um, Bill and Cindy Tejan, uh, Eric and Tammy Erickson. So many wonderful neighbors that just surrounded us with goodness and good examples, and kindness and patience as we grew up and found our way. So I'll end there, and then tomorrow I'll start up again and share some of the, um, you know, I'll get into the things that I've read. I'm a reader, and have done a lot of uh, opportunities to have formal and informal education across a lot of different interdisciplinary topics. And I look forward to sharing some of the things that I've learned, and hope that you will find joy in them as well. Thanks so much.